Hey everyone, and welcome to Streaming with Steven, where Steven, surprise surprise, am playing Minecraft on the multiplayer server called the Citadel. So thank you all for joining me this evening. I see we've already got Man-Made in the chat. Welcome, good to see you. And I'm with Firepith as well. Always a pleasure. And Stegosaurus in there. Hello, hello to all of you. Thank you for joining me. We are today, I'm going to say this evening, but that depends on what time zone you're in, I guess. We're continuing our work on the temple monument, but things have been getting a little bit treacherous in there. There were 3 creepers hanging out in here earlier. Really? Why? It's daytime. Leave me alone. So yeah, things are getting a little bit treacherous in here, so we want to light this place up a little bit. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to do that yet. I was playing around a little bit earlier with shroom lights, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Stegosaurus, subscribing with Prime. Awesome! Thank you so much, Stegosaurus. 3 months. Right, you did subscribe last stream. Well, it looks like Twitch just wanted to give you extra cheer. Wait. Yeah. Just checking through my my alerts from last stream. You did. Well, thank you. Doubly thank you, Stegosaurus. Overall, everything's coming along nicely. I do have some stuff to figure out behind the stairs there, and I might do that after we play around with lights a wee bit. ... Yeah, so I'm going to... tired of having all of these torches all over the place, so basically I'm going to go to the nether. We're going to go to the nether and get some shroom lights and place them in the floor, and then we're going to cover those with what are they called? Iron bars, yes, with iron bars. Tentative plan. So I guess without further ado, folks, let's head to the nether. Let's make sure we've got some gold on. We do. Let's get our food on. Excellent. Excellent. And yeah, let's get ready just in case. Oh no, let's get our shield ready just in case there is a creeper just outside the door again. That was not at all expected. And now I wish to be prepared every time I go through. Walks through carefully with shield in hand. Alright, we're good. I might never notice that this was actually an actual fortress before. I'm just stunned? Or is this a fortress, or they just made it to look like a fortress? Oh, they just made it to look like a fortress. So I'm just stunned. It's okay, everybody. We figured it out. Steven's just stunned. Yep, this way. So it is today, May 11th, so only 12 days away until the come on, brain. First day of bingo, that's what it is. The 1 year Twitch anniversary, the day I started Twitch, first stream, May 23rd. And so that happens to fall on a Thursday, or a Sunday this year, so Sunday morning, Atlantic time. We're introducing Minecraft bingo. Alright, I should really fix that. See, we'll pop into the desert. Pop into the desert on the way back. So to get these shroom lights, I'm going to head out to, actually I should have planned this out a little bit. So there are 3 pillars along the front, 3 along the side, well, 3 along the front, 4 along the side, but they're sort of shared. So it's 2. Oh, come on. Quit blowing up the stairs. Again? I feel like there's a tear dropped over there. There is not. It feels... it also feels like there should be almost like a chest of sand-related blocks and steps and things like that. Some sandstone. Just for all of the stuff that gets blown, like this as well. Stuff that gets blown to pieces. I'm going to pop into the desert right here just to see if there are any goodies that we can use to build things back up. The darn ghasts, I know. I'm horrible at the return to sender with ghasts, unless it's with the bow and arrow. Concrete making. Garbage bin. Okay, we got plenty of sandstone stuff. Maybe we'll just grab some of this so we can make some stairs for the way back. This is not for my own gain, but for the betterment of all of the Citadel. Probably need... We'll do a couple more of those, because, you know, always good to have stairs on us. And what do I have that I do not need on me? Cobblestone. Actually, I'll just put... Yeah, should be a glass tunnel around the sandstone. True. That would be handy. Alright. Back we go. So just more or less me grabbing something so that I could... Oh, I forgot I don't have a hoe on me. Well, we'll make a cobblestone hoe. Oh, look. A perfect spot. Whenever you see a random set of stairs peppered throughout the Citadel, that would be somebody redeeming the perfect spot. Channel point redemption. Similar to this one right here. Now the one catch for those stairs is it always has to be like an area appropriate or a realm, what's it called? Biome appropriate set of stairs. Or unless there's something like a bunch of cobblestone around one area already, then we'll do that. I guess for those of you who have not been on my stream, or have only been on my stream for a little while, you may not have seen my other giant tree that I've done. So this is the, are we safe? This is my giant warped mushroom tree. That was probably the most treacherous tree I've built yet. For there was many a times I was shot at by ghasts and attacked by piglins. Dangerous. Now I don't recall. I should have to make sure there aren't any piglins around because I need to dip into the chest over here. I do not want to get attacked. Trying to see if I have any shroom light. Here's that I do not. So true, so true. If it's there, likely I am the culprit. Remember? There, the chest. Okay. Oh, there's a hoe. Excellent. What can I put in here in this place? Maybe I'll just put some potatoes in here so that I have some food. I guess the thing I'm wondering about is, like, glow shrooms. Where are those? Let's take these iron leggings because they're better. I'm just a dummy. I took far too much stuff with me. So none of the stuff I have on me is actually stuff I would want to hang on to. Alright. Oh, we've got a raid. Cosmic is raiding. Awesome. Awesome, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid. I'm never sure how it works with the ads. People are stuck with the ads when they come in here, but thank you so much, Cosmic, for the raid. Great to have you here. Thank you for everyone who's popped in. We've got, we have Fulmers. It's Tuesday. Hashtag it's Tuesday, that's right. Hunter 555, welcome. And Rabelais, a little red gem. Aldebar, True Purple, Dark Pose, Elkhorn. Nice, thank you all so much for coming in. And just had Jody Illyria with the follow. Thank you so much. Almost ready for the Tuesday's child. Very nice. Cool. Cosmic Raid indeed. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Steven, aka Steven ESC. I am also a member of the Citadel server where I tend to make giant tree related things. So I am currently inside my giant warped wood tree or mushroom. So I need to grab some. I'm going to check the chest upstairs. Actually, let's go down. We'll do a quick review again of this tree because it's been a while since I've been out here, and so there's a good chance that a lot of people who just popped in haven't seen it yet. So I'm running through the dead husk of a stem of a mushroom. That's right, a dead warped wood mushroom stem that I'm pretending the tree fell over and it made a bridge across the lava. So this here, make sure there are no ghasty ghasts. It's Tuesday. Oh yeah. So this is the second tree, well, quote unquote tree I ever built on the Citadel. So it is a giant warped wood tree. Hey Danny, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. No, not taking a break from the stair monument. I actually have to. I need some shroom lights to light the temple. Just in time for Tuesday's child. That's right. So I need some shroom lights. So I came out here, and I know that there's a bunch of them in behind. I was just going to go and pillage the forest in behind.
Is it Tuesday already? Who did that? Cosmic, you're so nice on the inside and the outside. Okay.
Thank you, Cosmic, for redeeming. Oops. Oh, Tuesday's child. 200 of your viewpoints on Tuesday's child. So I'm going to set a timer. Here we go. I'm actually ready with it this time. 2 minutes on the timer. And
here we go. So thank you everybody for joining today. And Moon Girl comes out of lurking just in time to show up. Is good. Hello, hello. And so now what I have to do is look on the inside of this big fungus tree thingy and see if I actually did what I was supposed to do and leave some shroom lights up at the top. Oh, thanks, Danny. I am glad you like it. Igmund! Exclamation point as opposed to exclamation point Igmund. Oh, I was wondering what happened there. Oh, we have 4 more. Nice. 1, 2, 3. Where is it going? Oh yes, we're going up to the top because I need to. No, let's do a little tour. Okay, so this is the inside. The idea was originally I thought, okay, another hotel would be super good, and I put beds everywhere for people to rest. And then I learned about beds blowing up in the nether and thought, well, that is not productive in any sense whatsoever except in the killing of innocent bystanders and standbyers. So it is. I am not sure what to do with the interior of the space, but oh, Aldebar, hello, welcome everybody. So this is I have the what is it called? Not the texture pack. I have a thing that changes things in Minecraft. Enabled the connected glass, which puts them all together and makes it look scary. Especially when I hide things like this, you can't see anything. So it looks like I am a tiger of stunts because I am dangerous like a tiger. And I love it because you can look out here and it looks like that a ghast will shoot you in the top of your face, but they can't because it is all glassed in. Now I forget why this is. Oh yes, let's do this. Let's go down. Let's go down. And dear goodness, what are we doing? So this is a glass bottom. It is. Oh, the timer is up. Timer is done, but I am not. So we just keep going. We'll do Tuesday, child, for the tour. So you see, I am in a glass box, which is like super relaxing, except when you're over lava, then it's super not relaxing. And so I thought it'd be fun to do this. And it is just multiple levels, and every time you go up, there is another glass corner that looks out over this area, and then I can go back over here, and there's a giant shroom light on the inside as though it is a big tree, and we can go inside that if we want to. and relax inside the big shroom light. Ah, this is relaxing, also super bright. So maybe not the best for naps. This is what I wanted to be, because I know I have a chest here, I just forget what is in the chest. Hunter 555, so Hunter 555 just gifted a sub to sub Rebelate, that is amazing. 27, oh my goodness, it is like a dream come reality. Thank you so much. And a little red gems, subscribe with Prime. My goodness, the generosity of this place is outstanding in the rain. You're also awesome, thank you so much. I am not even sure how to continue as Igmant, so anyway, I'll stop for now, but thank you all so much. Well, first of all, thank you Cosmic for using your 2,000 viewpoints on It's Tuesday, or Tuesday's Child. Always a pleasure to have Igmant around. And thank you, oh, is it, Elkihard is in with the viewpoints, and Fulmer, oh my goodness, subscribe with Prime. Level 1 hype train, level 1 choo choo. This is so unbelievable, everybody. And 1,000 bits from Hunter. You just want me to be all over the place with my face. I don't know what to do. You're also, the generosity is making me tickled on the inside. It's so good. So, yeah, what should I do now though? I mean, I have 27 shroom lights is good, but I think I should probably go and maybe harvest a stack. By the way, I love you. I love you all. You're amazing. Thank you so much. And so, that is so good. Alekihorn, thank you for your 2,000 viewpoints. I so forgot to set the timer. Do the timer, everybody. Stars and go. So now we have 2 minutes plus whatever rambling sentences I gave you already. So, we drop down to a, not a near death. And we'll do that because I like to fall faster and further. Okay, let's bring back the hotbar. Hello, hotbar. There you go. And now I need the stone hoe. Did I take the stone hoe? I did not. I left it up there for show, apparently. So let's go get the hoe from upstairs so we can make quick work of the harvesting of the light of shroom. Behold, the light of shroom. Oh, it's over in this boxy box. Thanks for hanging on. Oh, not that box. This little boxy box. Thanks for holding on to it. And the bone, you stay here because you are like biome agnostic. You go everywhere. And I fall down again. Eek. Okie dokie. So now, before we go out, let's get the hoe in the hand. Oh, that would be nice to leave. Perhaps I should. No, you can stay. It's okay. So now we're going to visit over here. Oh yes, let's take a little quick detour to my first portal I ever built on my own, like a big child, like a big boy. I made my first portal right here. So this is my portal in the woods, and I built it, and I thought, where am I going to go in this wild and wicked story ride? And I showed up here on an island in the middle of nowhere, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is like the perfect vacation spot for a person and a small animal. So I thought, let's do it. But then I saw a statue and I thought, wow, this is such a weird thing to have spawn on its own naturally. This is wonderful. Oh, and this sign just spawned naturally. Already claimed by Joel. Sad face. Alright, so there we have 2 minutes on the clock. Thank you so much, Elkhorn, for spending your 2,000 viewpoints on Tuesday's Child. And before I forget to thank again, 100,555, thank you so much for the gift sub to... Oh dear, we're just spending all of our viewpoints today, are we? Okay, before we get to more viewpoint stuff, thank you, 100,555, the tier 1 sub to Rabelais. A Little Red Gem, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Likewise, Fulmer, subscribing with Prime. You're all awesome. Thank you so much. Alright, Man-Made. We've got Man-Made in here with Hottie Boy. Oh, and 100,555 with the 1,000 bits as well. Sorry. Everyone is so fast. And Man-Made redeem... Yes, redeem 2,000 points. Alright, I'm just making sure I got all of my notifications. Okay. Oh my goodness. Fulmer. 2 tier 1 gift subs to the community. Thank you so much. One going to Man-Made and one to a useful bench. Ugh. Don't know what to say. You're all so generous. This is amazing. Alright. Getting flustered.
So I guess what I was saying is I wanted to... Oh, yes. Now we need to do Hottie Boy. All right. Thank you for using your 2,000 viewpoints on Hottie Boy. Man-made. 2 minutes on the clock.
And here we go. Alright, now we shall turn around and I suppose we need to get our clothing soiled a wee bit as we head back into the abysmal nether. Because I am not welcome on this island, for it was claimed by Sir Joel of Duggan ages ago. And so we go back to the nether, where we shall swing the hoe and get all kinds of shrimlots. All sorts of shrimlots. Perhaps sorts is better than kinds. Indeed. Now, one thing I need to be careful of is last time I was here, actually one thing I need to be careful of is not sticking my jaw out, because sticking the jaw out produces a superior hearty sound. Indeed. So I need to be careful because last time my plans were thwarted by a wild boar, to be precise. It came out of nowhere and said, "Be gone, ruffian," and launched me into the lava. A useful bench. You just opened up the stream and got gifted. Well, that's brilliant, bench. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you came in at such an opportune time. And for that one you can thank dear Former being generous with the gift sets. Alright, I'm going to take this down right here. Lovely. And then we're going to walk over here and swing this hoe a little bit more. Swinging hoes. Regular old Saturday. Oh, goodness. So not part of the plan. Oh. Well, now I'm all flustered. Let's get some potatoes in this here system of ours. And get the bow at the ready. No time for hoe when you need the bow. Let's, that came out wrong. Oh, sure I'm going to hit a piglin. That took too many times. Is a piglin going to run at me? Need I be careful? No, are we good? Oh, good. I was a tad bit worried there. Alright, well the timer went off, it sounded, but I'm going to keep it going for another 30 seconds or so because I got all flustered by a gas attack. Alright, where were we? Right here. So we'll probably keep doing this until we get, perhaps not a full stack, but maybe a partial stack. Alright, well of course it's making things up here a little bit darker, which I would say normally is a bit dangerous, but apparently it is neither here nor there. Well, perhaps I'm going to end Hottie Boy right where it is because I'm not going to lie, my jaw got a little bit sore. Alright, so thank you so much, Manmade, for spending your 2,000 viewpoints on Hottie Boy. I said that, but I regretted it instantly on a PG-13 channel. Woo! Alright. Continue with the shrooming. Alright, so need to be careful not to look up accidentally into one of these here lovely, ever so welcoming enderfolk. How do we get up there? Yeah, that's good. I'm not disappointed that it did. Mangrove! That's right. Oh, why am I not getting... Do we not get a shroom light with every time? I thought you did. Or maybe I'm just not being careful enough with my inventory. So I had 30... Oh, I had 27 before, so I've already gotten 10. That's good. That's good. Oh, here's another one. I have this fear that an Enderman's going to come around the corner and just sneak up on me. I know, it's so nice. It's just, I'm always so nervous in the Nether because there's so many ghasts abound. Should get one every time. Okay, good. Hype train success. Thank you so much. So we've got some emotes going out to the supporters. Thank you all for the generosity in getting us up to, I think it was Hype Train level 2. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Choo choo! Woot woot! That's awesome.
In case I don't say it enough, you were all amazing. So awesome. And this is actually just extra fortuitous because I see some shroom lights behind me that I did not see before. Oh. You're just waiting to be a creep there, aren't you, champ? Yeah. Should have seen that coming. Just waiting there. Like a lurker. Lava! Oh yeah, the lava as well. Well, where was I down? I was down here, and I looked up and I saw... Oh, that's where it was. Right now, you're gonna get hydration supplies. Nice. Arguably among the most important of supplies. Must look away quickly. Stare at the Enderman. I don't feel like doing an especially, I guess, adventurous day in the Nether. So I'll probably just go for the shroom lights that I can find. I feel bad for this tree. Like, I'm almost gonna have to take it down now because I'm basically just pillaging all of its goodness. Oh, there's a one over there. It's not easy to get one, so I will not bother. But did I get all of these already? I did not. For I see some on the horizon. Or the near horizon, I should say. Lovely. How many do we have? We have 49. If I did 6 4x4 squares, 24, 48. So by doing just the bottom levels for now, this would probably be enough. If I go the 4x4 that I have in my head. So whatever, we'll go for the full stack. We only have 14. Oh, sad face. I guess we're going up. Need that shroom light. Where did it go? Oh! What happened to the shroom light? I know there was one. Did I lose it already? Alright, Bench, no worry. Thank you so much for popping by. Congratulations on your gift sub. And thank you again very much, Fulmer, for the generosity on that gift sub. And of course, a little red gem for the other gift sub. So thank you very much for popping by. Have yourself a wonderful night, and enjoy that much needed sleep. Let's just go over here. I was gonna say carefully, but then proceeded to fall down. All right, there's a few shroom lights over here. See if these are easy / safe to get. You are. Look at you, all shiny and bright. Cool. Oh, Oliver has to pop out as well. Early look free tonight. Door volleyball. Oh, nice. All right. Well, appreciate the lurk. Have yourself a wonderful time and enjoy the volleyball, good sir. We're not tall enough. I do not wish to be too adventurous in my, as I mentioned already, in my shroom light gathering. Or maybe we should go down now and play it safe and go. I was gonna say play it safe and then runs toward a hole in the ground. Forget where I am exactly. I think I am. Yes. I'm nearby my tree, I believe. Oh, but I'm on this side. That is not where I expected to be. Well then, just need a bit of... How did I get up here? I think that's the real question. Whence did I arrive? Probably pop down here. Oh, I mean, right, that's where I am. So we need to go over this way. Wait. Where is the exit? I thought it was over here, hidden in the, oh, there it is. Got a little bit worried in the face there. Oh my goodness, I need to eat something. No, I see a shroom light up there. Let's go up there and grab some. They look like they're pretty safe to grab. I could be mistaken. It's happened before. Oh, these are pretty. These look pretty good to get. Nice. Oops. Get all that health all the way up. Ah. It fall down, go boom. Alright, cool, that's that one. And there is... a couple more over here that we can grab. And then we'll probably call it an evening. Just gonna make sure I don't fall unexpectedly. That would be tragic. Don't want to fall unexpectedly and do not want to look at an Enderman in the face unexpectedly. And I'm talking about you, dude. Oh, this is a good one. Can I reach it? I cannot. Let's just do this. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Because I was just being amateur hour here with Steven ESC. Okay, what do we got in terms of 59? Alright, we just need 5 more of them to make a full stack. So why don't we just do that? Forget not being adventurous. Let's make this happen. Let's full stack this. Did I not get that? I did not get that. Of course I didn't. Okay, we'll go get those in a second, and that one as well. Let's go this way again. Let's go whichever way does not involve dying. How about that? What's the inventory say? 63! We are 1 short! Oh my goodness! But I have gotten completely turned around. I forget where I am. Navigation skills are not one of my strong points. Oh, there's a shroom light. We'll get that, and then we're out of here. Cool. Alright, so then we will go down here. Alright, there's my tree. This is where we want to go. Oops. Going to be a little bit more elegant than that in my drop. You were in the nether. All ways are dying, that's true. Oh, the random Nylum shaped over. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough though. There's a couple of spots that I have to be careful when looking up. Is that a zombie pig? Zombie piglin? I forget what's in here. Ooh, right. Nice. Uh-oh. Am I going to be attacked now? I feel like a piglin probably saw me open that chest and I need to run. Run like I've never run before. Well, yeah, I keep saying I need to adventure in these places sometimes, because there was some neat stuff that looked like it was happening in and around here. And over there as well. Alright, let's focus on staying alive. And we shall continue our way. Let's get to the safeness of the hallway over here. So I forgot, I have to turn the fan on just a second. It is so warm in here. Oh, it's already better. Nice. Oh, could the nether tree be a Strider hotel? Oh, interesting. Interesting, I'll have to keep that in mind. That would be cool. Oh, look at that. Another perfect spot right there. How would I do that? That's an interesting thought. So this is the hallway of tea consumption, where I have a tea in hand. A lovely rooibos tea. It is delicious. Oh, let's get some food in the stomach. And then let's get the stairs at the ready, just because I know I'll forget if I don't do that. I think you did a good job for Mrs. We had a lot of Mother's Day wishes for all my online friends. The UK Mother's was back in March. Most certainly spoiled then. Nice. And so you should be. I'm hearing gas all over the place. Always hearing the gas when we don't want the gas. See if there's anything that needs to be repaired along there. There's not. Here, however, there is. Fantastico. Wait. Oh, I don't have that stone. Darn it! I'll have to get that one of these days. Which means I probably don't have the right stone on me. Oh, I thought I did. Stegosaurus with the unlurk. Oh, what did I miss? Tree and lava does not sound good, but maybe nether trees would work. Would work. Nice. That is correct, and that is correct. This is most certainly not correct. Was that a, why is that there? Oh, because it's supposed to be. Brilliant, Steven! Brilliant! Which means... I do have that one, so you... actually need to be replaced. So do you. This was the last time I was in here, and I messed up everything. This is where I just got shot at, I think. But I don't have these ones. How do you make that block again? I forget. Oh well, I don't have a... That's not supposed to be there. Alright, this is not my plan, but I feel like... now that I'm thinking about it... yeah, it's... well, that's important. That's very important. I don't think I have any wood on me. I do not, so I can't craft anything. If there's a crafting table nearby, then I will do this. If there's not, I didn't want to take too much time. Actually, I don't think I have the right block anyway. I don't have what it takes to make that. Darn it! I don't think so. I think the closest crafting table is in here in Piglinda's Surprise Supplies. Howdy, y'all. Good to see you. Is it like this? It is like that. Oh my goodness, that's exactly what I need. Cool. So apparently I do have what is needed. That's a valid question. Sorry for taking a little bit of a detour, folks. I feel like I am at least 97% responsible for all the broken sandstone blocks here because I get shot at by ghasts all the time, so... little overdue repair work on my part. So we'll do this, then we'll head back to the temple. Oh, are you kidding me? Are there more ghasts? Yep. Why? I'm trying to make right by all of this and I keep getting... Oh, nothing blew up that time? That's so weird. I'm not disappointed, I'm just surprised. It seems like something always gets destroyed while I'm doing this. And as soon as I heard the gas, I thought, yep, here we go again. Another explosion, courtesy of the Steven. It is not a fair and ethical workspace for those piglins, you are correct. I've talked to Firepit about that, and I am going to expand it to make it union compliant. Just haven't had the time lately, so it is going to, and I don't know what I want it to look like, so I'm probably going to do that off stream one of these days. Although arguably, since I've got some sand on me, I could move it back one block. I don't have enough sand on me though. Alright, fine, Cosmic. I wasn't going to do it today, but since you're making me feel guilty, and since it's nighttime almost upstairs, I'm going to just pick away this for a moment. Just a moment though. Running, 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 and eat. Running, running, running! And snacking on potatoes. And sipping tea. So for the upcoming bingo extravaganza, I was worried that it was going to be too easy, but thus far this evening, I've only had one bingo strike against me, which is get hit by a ghast. Everything else has been on par, so... Not on par, but everything has been bingo friendly. Alright, so we need to go in behind here, have a look-see at what's going on. Or if we're going to expand this backwards, we need to ensure that the space is not going to allow any of them to kind of jump ship, so to speak. We could do that for now. That for now. Oh, that's not good. We'll need to do... I say, Don't shoot me. Actually, I probably have some sand in over here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh. I assumed some sand, but I must have grabbed it all already. Gosh darn it, that is not at all what I had expected. Alright, trip down to the end of this hallway. Hopefully we don't get shot by anything, because it's night time and they love to look about when it's night time. We have... So interesting about the bergamot oil. Huh. Interesting. Waiting Garth. Anyone else? Classic. Right. So we are just without sand. Fine. I often get distracted when I go, wait a second, what's going on in there? What do you mean? Get distracted. You're not in the game suddenly, are you? I don't have anything close. I guess I'll just use a bit of cobblestone for now, and then I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Let's do this. Pick up these for now. If I can get sandstone easier. So we'll do this and this. They can't get out. And then we'll take you. No, actually, we'll take you out. Put you right there. Put you right there. Actually, we will gain a few spots by Seriously, please let that be closed off. Okay, good, that's closed off. Oh, right, I'm gonna have to take out... Huh. I'm gonna have to take that one out. That means I'm gonna also have to tempt them with gold. Oh no, did I ruin the redstone? I think I ruined the redstone. I did. Shoot. Wait. Did you ruin the redstone? Alright, what do I not need on me? What don't I need? La 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 la. English? English? I do not. That's funny. Put gravel in there. Let me gravel. That redstone is busted. Oh, I picked something else up I don't need. What's going on here? I don't remember where the redstone went. Actually, I do. Shoot. Oh, this is gonna suck. Alright, hold on. I need my gravel again. It's alright, we got this. Just a minor inconvenience for now. That broke the redstone. We just need to kill this dude without actually inciting a revolt. So we need I feel bad for this, but it gotta be done. So that block. That sandstone down here. Let's see if I can figure this circuit out again on my own. I probably can't, but we're gonna try anyway. Oh, what are you? No, I don't need that. Soul speed 1. Nice. Alright. So I believe this is probably... It's probably this. And then if I remember correctly... There we go. Alright. Sorry. Oh, that's... I broke one redstone desk. Yeah. But now I want to... I was hoping to be able to remove that block, but I don't know that I can because it has the redstone dust on top of it. I was going to make this area a little bit bigger. Fun bows. Don't shoot. There's gold coming. Oh, there's gold coming, guys. Ah! Look at the gold. There we go. Ah! Did you just kill one of them just killed the other? There are only 3 employees now? Oh my goodness. Who's dead? Lana? Linda? And Leonard. Linus! Poor Linus. That's it. Linda, you're the only one allowed with a crossbow. Oh, there's... That's so sad. Most unfortunate. And here we're just going to hope you have enjoyed the new space, but clearly you don't know how to get along, you crazy violent folks. This is not at all expected. F in the chat for Linus. Well, that is, Rip Linus. We hardly knew you. No, horrible work ethics. Are more gold there? All gold back in the top. There's so much stuff we need to put in here. Not happy, not happy employees. Indeed, indeed. That wasn't part of the plan. Sorry, Linus. Alright, I'm just gonna take a quick look up here. Since we're all over the place and not following along on what the original plan was. Here, Frostbird, I'm gonna have to get you to help me figure out how to, make this a thing without having that walk down there. And we could probably do it by taking this off. Putting the redstone on top. Oh, I hope he's in a better place right now. Dude, back off. Rip Linus. Alright. Well, clearly we're gonna have to come back and figure that out because this is, and then bring another employee in. So since Linus is Rip, we'll have to, we had Leonard, Linus, Lana. Now we need to think of another L name. Alright, we'll get it. Alright, enough of these shenanigans. We've had a day go by. Let's go light the stairs now, shall we? Move the redstone up 1 block. Put another redstone dust on the torch. I do not believe I have extra redstone at the moment. Let me just check to see the chest over here. Nope. I'm just checking here as well. Lexi? Big Lexi. Is the ESC? Yes, indeed. That's exactly what it's for. You're on to me. It's actually my initials. So that's why it's be there. Iron bars already. Lovely. I was going to make some of those, but now I need not. I'm having a brain failure. There's some redstone. Should put these iron bars back. Let's just do that redstone thing right now, shall we? Landon. Oh, down to Lexi and Landon. You know what? I might go with Landon because I'm down a dude, or that was what I had in my mind. Two guy pigs, 2 gal pigs. But Lexi's good too. There's actually been talk of having more than one of these around, so I'm keeping both of those names, and I shall decide eventually what I want. We'll just do that and that. Luther, Lucas, Loda, Lewis. Big Lewis, Big Lou. So far, all of the names had L vowel N. So like Pig Linda, Pig Leonard, Pig Linus, and Pig Lana. So Pig Luther, Lola, Lewis, Pig Land. Actually, Pig Landon follows that same thing. But oh my goodness, we've got Danny in here with the whole. And let's do a screenshot of that because those are excellent names. Okay, cool. I have a bunch of them. And now we've got. Yeah, Lola's a good one. Alright, Danny has... I think we're going to do Landon here because all of these pigs have L vowel N. Pig Lester. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Got the naming squad happening. Love it. Alright. So Danny has almost single-handedly named the entire second store franchise. So then we need to temporarily go like this with something. Let's just throw the sandstone stairs. Cool. So we do this. And then as Farpith was saying, just like... Oops. Like this. Is that it now? I think that does it. Okay, I need to get another piglin in here because the entire timer system is based on 4 pigs being in there. Otherwise, it's going to overflow. Ooh, there you go. Nice. Like that. Pig Luther. My nemesis. Alright, so that's just going to have to stay as is for now. We will come back and pretty it up one of these points. So it now meets ethics committee requirements. Although I want the entire back area to look like it's sand or a sandstone based thing as well, so that at least matches the aesthetic everywhere. So these are just temporary measures to make sure that everything is up to snuff. Cool. So we'll leave it like that, and yeah, we're gonna head to the stairs finally. To the stairs. To the potatoes. That was a much longer detour than originally expected, but we actually made a little bit of solid progress there. Cool. And it's still afternoonish, so that's good. So it should be daytime there. That doesn't mean it is free of danger, because it is always possible. Always possible that there is danger. We back away carefully. Wait, what happened over there? Did I do that? Oh, it must have been a coal vein or something, because that's Alright, put this here. Okay, now let's get rid of all of these things that we don't need but are important. Put those there. Pig Lillian's a good one. Ooh, that's good. I'm going to do another screenshot because we've got Pig Lester and Pig Lily and Pig Lillian in there. Cool. Thank you so much. Alright, so now what I need to figure out, light-wise, is what am I going to do? I was thinking originally that I will have... originally I was going to do one of them every once in a while, but thanks, Trebele. Pretty pleased with how they've turned out. But I might fall down unintentionally, or fall down intentionally, but not really put a lot of thought into it. Originally, I was just going to have one of them every once in a while. But now that I'm realizing that this is all based on like even numbers, oddly spaced ones will look weird. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Can I fall in the middle? I can. That I do not feel very good about at all. Pig glue. Pretty good. Well, I'm gonna leave. Let's leave this like that because it's sort of my my original thought. Not necessarily that it's a good original thought, but it is the original one. Okay. Let's just pop them all right in there and see what it looks like. I don't think I'm going to leave them like that because it seems a little bit too... seems a bit much. Shoot. This is totally unexpected. Well, let's go to bed, because it's that time where the dying things happen. I was thinking about glass, but and I haven't dismissed it entirely yet, Danny. I was thinking about glass, but then I wonder if it's too fragile looking in and around all the stone stuff, so the iron bars I was thinking looked sturdier, which I liked. But yeah, let's give it a go. I don't know if I have any glass over here or not. Definitely not there. If I had any over here, it'd be in one of these. I do have glass. Fantastico. Let's just try that. Make the ground slabs. I didn't want it to be seeable, but I tried. I don't know that it does that, and I was trying that earlier with slabs, and it didn't seem to be as visible as I wanted it to. I mean, these will always look nice. I just wasn't sure if it looked too... I didn't think that they do pass through. Yeah, I don't think so. Or do I have any slabs on me? I don't. Do you have any food on me? I do. Let's take advantage of that food because yum and not dying. Oops. Slabs are here. Okay. Well, since we are going to be doing this anyway, you dye the glass gray, perhaps? That's true. That is true. Oops. Let's just stop the music. Wrong key. Yeah, I don't think that gives off any light. Alright, no worries, Firepith. Appreciate the alert. Where is that light information? Client light. So looks like it might be a little bit lighter there, but it still doesn't get any brighter than 8, so things could still spawn on it. Well, things could spawn, if not on it, definitely nearby, so... Oops. Alright, no worries, Rabelais. Completely understand. So I don't know about that. I mean, one option would be... Right. The hoe is what we need. It's like, why aren't these going away quickly? One thing we could look at doing maybe is something like this. Every once in a while. So I do like the look of that. Oh, wait a second. Oh, come on, brain. What about this? What about not getting stuck in a hole? I mean, maybe instead of putting 4 of them together, I can put 4 of them around, I guess. Let's see how this looks. That's not bad. If I did that and it was 1, 2, then it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. So maybe what I could do is, oh, did I miss something? Sorry. Oh, Rabelais back in a while. Alright, Fulmer, thank you so much for popping by, and thank you for subscribing with Prime and the generosity with the 2 gift subs. 2 gift subs to the community. That's so much appreciated. You are awesome sauce. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day, and yeah, we'll catch you sometime soon. I'll be back on Thursday evening. Oh, and before I forget, my elder son Frostburn's going to be streaming tomorrow night, and he will be doing some speedrunning again, but he's going to be starting with designing the interior for my bedroom on the spruce tree. So he said once he got a PB, a personal best, he was going to do that. So he got 2 personal bests over the weekend, so he's going to shift his focus to designing the interior of the bedroom in the Great Spruce. So should be cool. Check it out tomorrow at 7:30 Atlantic. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm thinking, but the words are not coming to the mouth as quickly as I'm thinking. Right on. Thanks, Cosmic. Funny, no matter how long I've been doing this, I still forget that that's occasionally... I still occasionally forget that that's a thing. Polished andesite, we've got one of those. Thought I had some more polished stuff we can play with. Let's try... let's actually put the leather back. We're trying a thing. Trying a thing. Oops, that's not the thing I wanted to try. Just to see what this looks like. I'm not leaving them as slabs, but I didn't see enough polished andesite elsewhere to do this, so I just want to see. Maybe not that. Doesn't have enough contrast, I don't feel like. So maybe this is one of those times when I don't think I have enough polished stone over here to pull it off the way I want it to look, but let's just steal some polished stone from Raider Entry. It does not. I tried that in creative as well. Unfortunately, to my much to my dismay. Oh, I don't need that. Nope, I don't need that. Yeah, I was actually really trying to do a stair-based lighting system that I thought was going to be pretty darn cool, but alas, it was not allowed. Oh. Wait a sec. I know I definitely had more than just 3 blocks of polished stone. But you can't only make 3 blocks of polished stone. The question is, where did I put the rest of it? Polished diorite is kind of nifty. Alright, Danny, I'll let you have it this time. That's funny. Like, I don't know why they just don't take the best of both worlds and combine them. Polished diorite and polished smooth stone. Heavenly. Alright, what can I leave behind here then? Or let's actually put blocks away that I do not need on me. Blocks away! And then where was I looking? Oh, I lost track of where I was. Right. Polished diorite, polished smooth stone. Cool. Where's CJ for this? Yeah. He's missing his moment. Oh, let's go over here because it's almost bedtime. I don't want to be stuck out there when it's bedtime. So we'll just stare creepily in your face while we wait for it to be bedtime. I shall sip tea and wait. There we go. Perfect. What is that? I've never seen myself from behind. This is the point of view of a Minecraft torch. That's funny. Alright. Let's go check out these stone mixes and see what works. But I think I like the idea of this, having the lanterns placed around maybe a nice center. Nope, that doesn't seem to stick out a little too much. Oh. Probably no more than the andesite will. Darn it! But I just don't know. Of course, I put all of my stone away. Oh, me oh my. So I am without knowing. I do not know what to do here. Perhaps I shall just do that for now. Because this just seems looks a little bit odd to me. And it's all because these pillars are an even number wide. If they were an odd number wide, then I could center things. Actually, let's try a thing. This sort of be like the stair idea I had earlier. Do I have any stairs on me? I do not. And mossy and stones. You away, you away, you away, and we'll take where to go. Alright, cool. So I don't often like to do this, like trying to figure things out on stream, because I have days where I'm an easily flustered human. And if I'm not sure exactly what it is that I'm doing, So I don't know about that. Don't know. What if we tried? Well, that probably won't work. Sorry, folks. I'm just having brain thoughts. Yeah, they're not going to connect that properly. Darn it. I'm not digging the... I don't know, there's something about the glass that bugs me because it feels too fragile in a stone monument. And of course there's something that bugs me about this with everything spaced so far apart. And this just bugs me because it's too visible. Cosmic. Oh, look at me running away so I can go to bed when I have a bed right here. Ha ha ha. Hilarious human. So the only other thing I can think of is having them just a little more frequently spaced, but maybe like 1, 2, having 2 of them on a diagonal from each other. Any other thoughts, folks? Trim light at the floor level. Ah! My goodness, I'm so glad I walked forward a tiny bit. This is why we need lights, kids. It's too dangerous to be walking around in the daytime without them. I'm just gonna take a moment and light that up while I change my pants, because that was scary. This over here. Headlag 007, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are pondering how to light up this temple so that it's less explodey like just a moment ago. We had a creeper drop in on us. Actually, I don't even know where the creeper came from. It may have dropped out of one of these holes up here. That's awesome. That's what I need. Creepers dropping from the sky on me. So this one over here. Sorry, Stegosaurus, I got distracted by the creeper. What were you saying? What if you put a shroom light at floor level and upright stairs facing away from it? Oh, sort of like the way that this one is? Alright. Actually, I need to grab some more mossy stairs. I do not believe... Oh wait. Might as well put the shulker box there. I don't think I have any mossy... I do have mossy stairs. Look at me all prepared and whatnot. What not to do, more like it. Kidding. No, not that they're all going to be mossy, just that's interesting. Likewise, actually, I was going to actually, you beat me to it. I was going to waterlog the. I was going to say that. Great minds, lag. Great minds. That's alright. You didn't get banned, did you? No. Okay, I was gonna say. Oops, I just undid that. Again, not all going to be mossy, but... See, that doesn't look... That feels less fragile. So yeah. Stegosaurus, I think your idea, but with the glass there is probably what I might go for. And actually, hold on. Let's take a bit of a trip back to the Nether. Danny was talking about gray glass, and I forget if we've got gray glass ready to go or not. We'll take a look. Team effort, woohoo! That's right. I know we've got glass over here. Oops. I say I know we have it over here, but I know I get lost as to where I am. To the left. So there's glass here. Oh wait, don't kill me. Sheesh. Good. Light gray, gray. Well, let's just borrow the gray. Alright, we're gonna borrow the gray for now. Give that a whirly whirl. A whirly twirl, as it were. To the transporter. How are we doing for time? It is... Ah! Wait, what? Jeez. Ah, that's why. What the swear word? Sprints out into the open. Does not want to die. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Gray is squidding plus bone meal. Light gray is that plus bone meal. There are too many creepers around. I do not dig that. With the silk touch? Yes. Alright, and then we'll try the gray glass. Actually, let's try the, get the crumbs all... Oops, let's do the childish thing of getting crumbs all over your bed. Yes, this is what you are not supposed to do, children. No crumbs on your bed. Right you are, Stegosaurus. Right you are. Ooh. That might be it. Because getting rid of that bright white line along the edge. Ooh. I think I like it. That's pretty cool. Alright, I think that's what we're doing. Well, that's what we're doing until I change my mind again. I'm digging the way it looks. Thank you all very, very much. I would not have come up with that combo on my own. So I will need to make some more gray. Although I want to try a thing. Maybe not have it so... Say we need to fix this up a little bit. Many brains are usually better than one, yes. Some things die because of committees that can't make up their minds, but this was an excellent case of many brains better than one. Wholeheartedly agree, Danny. Oops. Oh, come on, fall down. Excellent. And then we need to get the other fancy stairs over here. And then over here, I wanted to try a thing and see what this looked like. Wonder if it was maybe a little too broken looking. I don't know how I feel about that. Well, let's take all this stuff down. Wait. Did those just break? Can you not get the iron bars back? That's awful. How did I not know that? Or was I getting them back? It's just weird. It looked like they just disappeared. Alright, never mind. I'm just panicking for the sake of panicking. Haha. Nervous laughter. Take this one back out. Why do I have that there? That's why. Answered my own question. Right, now it's dark again, which is not good. So let's place some lights while we figure this madness out. That would be why the creeper was where the creeper was. Alright. Oh, question. Music-wise, do you all like the music that you hear? Or would you like to have Minecraft music playing the entire way through? So somebody in Joel's Discord chat community found a mod that allows you to keep the Minecraft music playing all the time. So I'm sort of tempted to do that because that would be pretty cool, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. Variety's nice? Okay, maybe we'll do that one of these times then. I always think that's funny. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just the audacity of people to think that I want to leave comments for them. Oops. No, I want the cracked stone. Let's just empty some of the regular stuff over here. Captain Indecisive, that's me. Reporting for duty. Alright, so if we put those down. I guess now my question to myself is, what if it were just the glass? Without the fanciness around. Oh, there is something tempting about just having it simple. Alright. Let me see here. Gray dye. I forget how you get... No, Danny said how to get gray dye. Where was that? It's in the chat somewhere. Sometimes when chat goes away, it's hard to keep. Sorry, going back through it. Nope, I don't see it. Alright. So, interested to hear what always having the Minecraft music playing is like. Feels like it would be great. We can do it actually right now. Let's give it a go. Should it kick in shortly? So it's a lot subtler, but we'll let it do its thing. Alright, I feel like there's a... Oh, sorry, gray ink is squid ink plus bone meal. Is that plus more bone meal? Okay, so we actually have a mod that allows us to use coal for black dye instead of squid ink. So I'm gonna go grab that. So I do believe I have that just outside my spruce nether. Spruce portal. Spruce nether. Like the spruce is big enough to have its own nether. Hope you're happy you killed Linus. Black dye, fantastic. And I know I have bone meal somewhere. Well, there's one. I believe I have a pile of bone meal elsewhere. Let's check down here. And there's a crafting table down here as well, so we can actually just check to see what it'll make. If that'll work for us. Even though it's not the squid ink, will the black dye work for us? Tasty, tasty bone meal. Oh, that's black stained glass. We've got a bunch of glass here, which is good. I guess we don't really need the iron bars right now. We're not going to use them anymore, so we can take a stack of glass. The bone meal can be turned into white dye. Fantastic. Extra fantastic. No, wait, it's, is it this? Yes. That's cool. It's probably more than we need. More than a nerf. Alright, back we go. Wait, was that gray or light gray? I wasn't paying attention. There we go. I just make a bunch of glass I don't need. Gosh darn it. Alright, thank you, Danny. Oh, cool. That was a good suggestion. Much appreciated. You know, I'm half tempted to get another pig in there right now. Well, no, this stream is about lighting the floor, so we'll... What time is it now? 9:05. Atlantic daylight savings time, that is. So perhaps we'll get the floor lit, and then we will come back and get another pig. Oh, you! You're ready to go. You're ready to go to work, aren't you? He's like, put me in, coach. Let's do this. Alright. Which one should we put down? Coming up, dude? Yeah, let's do this. Follow me this way. Right. So what don't I need? I don't need this. So let's do something stupid like... Ah! No! Not my face! Ah! Ah. That was close. Alright, you can stay there for now. Let's... Oh, wait. Forget, do I have a name tag? Oh, this dude's gonna whack me, isn't he? Do this. Alright, I'll push you down there. Great, and the gas makes an appearance. Why wouldn't it? So we're gonna dirty this up a little bit as we, oops, not with that. Can I do this right now? Is it going to let me? Oh. You, unfortunately, are in, like, the wrong spot for me. So I need you to, like... What can we do with you? Alright. How about you stay there, then? Is he in there? He was in there. Alright, we've totally lost track of what we're doing. Oh, never mind. Now I'm stuck as well. Fantastic. There, that's much better. You stay there. Jeez, that was easy. But that was actually more difficult than it should have been, but now where he is, that's good. That's all because I don't want to get whacked when I open this chest. They don't have a fenced door in me. I used to have a fenced door here. What happened? Wait, maybe I can just do this. Where did that guy go? What happened to my stairs? I had stairs. Dude, why don't you go in? Yeah, there you go. That was a waste of a lot of stuff. I guess the question is, do I have the name tag here? Or did I take the name tag with me? Oh, I took the name tag with me. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I know. You want to hit me, right? I don't have a name tag for a little Mr. there. I don't have any iron either, so... You're gonna despawn as soon as I go through here, aren't you? I'm gonna have to get another one. Gosh darn it! Maybe I didn't bring the name tag. Oh well, whatever. They're gone now. That's a shame. Or I have not what I need to make the name tag. Alright, sorry out folks, too much time wasted. I'm gonna have to, Oh, they are there. Now I don't know where that name tag is, though. Right. Oh well, we'll have to do that again at another point. Let's go deal with the lighting issues like we were going to. Enough of these all over the place shenanigans. Apologize for the easily distracted nature. I have some days where I'm very, oh look, something shiny, and that's all that matters, so. Oh my goodness, right into bedtime here. Don't die. Nope, no name tag there. We'll just speed these last 40 seconds by. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna just take a quick peek because I thought I had a name tag pretty handy. I'd rather not have to get another one again if I don't have to. There it is! Hooray! What was the name we came up with? Landon, right. Hopefully Big Landon's still there. I was stupid. I was not thinking clearly. I should have left that name tag that's right in the room with the piglins. Hopefully it's still there. Although I've gone too far, I think, so. Landon! You're still there! Amazing. Why can I not? Oops, sorry. No. No, please don't kill each other. Oh, come on. It's not good. Alright, so how do I do this? I thought I could just right click on them with the name tag. What's the trick again? Dear chat, what is the trick? Is it not just right click on them? I don't think so. Weird. I thought that's all I did last time. Do I have to do this? Oh, wait, do I have to anvil it first and give it a name and then attach that? I do, don't I? Oh, dirt. I have not named it. That's the thing I just realized. And I don't have enough iron nearby. Alright, Pig, you stay there. Folks, apologies again. We're doing a complete deviation from what the plan was. So we have an anvil up here in the kitchen. Yes, a kitchen anvil. That's the one step I forget every single time, that you have to have the name on it beforehand. I thought you could just... I always think that you can just go for it. Alright. And done. Cool. Off we go. Fingers crossed Landon's still there. If not, we're just going to put the name tag in it right away, in the box, and then we'll get another pig another time. But this is too much of a detour, but I feel like I have to now that I had one of my pigs killed. Simply atrocious. Boom! Nice. All 4 piggies back and happy. Yay! What is most valuable? Let's pick that up. Well, I like this stuff. So let's make sure we get that. It's not necessarily most valuable. You all heard that, didn't you? Yes. Ugh. Success until I open the chest. Half the time they don't hear me, other times they do. Right, mad dash. Mad dash. There we go. We'll just deal with them another time. So we've got 4 pigs in there. Alistair McFly in there with the grin. How you doing? Long time no see in the chat, monsieur. Welcome, welcome. Sadly, I was agitated the piglins, and Linus got killed in a crossfire, so I had to up the staff by another number. So we just introduced Pig Landon. So, oh my goodness, really? In the forehead. Oh, right between the eyes. That sounds violent, but I have no time for them. So, yeah, Alistair, I don't know if you've seen the stair monument in a while. Let's take a quick trip up the stairs over here on top of the tree farm. Yeah. Get a good glimpse from up here. Thrice. I love that. That sounds about right. So it might have been in the stream where I died 4 times. So this is how the monument is looking. Coming along not too shabbily. Don't know if shabbily is a real word, but I'm using it anyway. Thank you very much. Pretty pleased with how the pillars are coming along and how eventually everything's going to merge into the wall in the back. So this is going to merge into the wall, and then on the other side of it, it's going to sort of it's going to be built into the wall on both sides because there's a clearing in the back. So it's a little bit dark in there. This was a mini monument to try to figure out the floor, yes. Because I had, originally it was something like this, and I couldn't figure out how to get the top to look right as well without doing like a double thickness for the floor. I thought that was going to look silly. Exactly. But then I realized I could take the floor part out of it and build it right down to the ground here, and then I'd have the same space there as up there. So it's a mini monument in order to figure out that which I was missing. Oop. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out the lighting, but then I get... Oh. Wait. Oops. I'll try that jump attack. My sons have showed me that. So what do we think? Between the looks, do we like? Yes. That's why we're trying to deal with lighting today. So this is probably the way it's going to go on the left-hand side here with with stairs all the way around, evenly spaced on the floor. So I wasn't sure, but the more I looked at them, the more I feel like the stairs all the way around would be the way to go. Cool. Thank you, sir. It was sort of a joint... Oops. A joint design. There's a little bit on the fence with... I had some stairs facing the other way. And then I wasn't sure in the glass, but Danny suggested the gray glass, which actually looks nice because then it gets rid of that light border all the way around. And Stegosaurus mentioned having the stairs facing this way, which I think looks a lot better than what I had the other way. So, it was a chat effort. How are you this evening, Alistair? Hope you're not too fatigued by the day. Tired? Yeah. Oh, I imagine. But okay? Good, good. Oops. I'll grab that one now. Fill in the blanks. Oops, bedtime. Ah! Please don't blow me up. Please don't blow me up. Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, that's, I guess, where I'm a little bit luckier in the sense that I'm working from home. I'm still exhausted, but it's not like... Right now, if I had to... With everything going on COVID-wise and work, if I had to work and then come home, the trek home would just make me not want to do anything. I wonder if these might be a little bit too close to that. These two posts. Oh well. Let's do it anyway and see what it looks like. Shroom lights in the bottom. We'll always love the sound of these things. And then we'll go to the stairs. We'll do that. Boop, boop, boop. Cool. Oh, it's it's a little bit funny. So ever since Frostburn's been doing his speed runs, we as a family have been a little bit more interested in speed runs, and so Frostburn was watching some earlier today. Can I get those? Yes, I can get them. And so we knew he was watching them, but then he, I forget exactly what he yelled. He said something like, oh, he's got a Fastion with a sub-2 entry, and so so we know what that means now from the lingo that we've learned from him playing, which means a Fastion is a fortress and a bastion that are right next to each other in the Nether. Oh, so he had a Fastion with divine entry. No, divine. Oh, Frostburn, if you're listening, what is it called? It was a Fastion with divine entry. Put the dragon, the dragon to bed. Nice. It was defeat the dragon with beds, but close. That's funny. Heard you wanted to give the dragon a nap, Steven. But yeah, there was I wish I could remember exactly what he said. He had a Fastion with divine. What is it called, Moon Girl? Do you remember? Divine something. Essentially, there's something that if you spawn, or if you end up in the Nether at the 0-0 chunk has soul sand and ribs in it. The ribs give you an indication of where the Nether, or the end portal is going to be, or no, where the stronghold is going to be. So you can actually figure out more or less where divine travel. That's what it is. So you can figure out more or less where the stronghold is going to be based on the placement of the bones in the 0-0 chunk in the Nether. So this guy today spawned into an area that had a bastion and a fortress right next to it, and the 0-0 chunk had soul sand. It was a soul sand valley with divine travel. Yeah, it was nuts. Like he got a personal best. He was his best before that was 14 minutes and something to win, but he got 11 minutes and something, which is mind-boggling. Well, it's even more mind-boggling when you realize that the actual world record is 9 minutes and something, because he did divine travel, and when he portaled from the Nether back into the overworld, he actually portaled right in to the end room. Like he was in the end portal room. It's crazy. Considered environmental so the others don't swarm me. Ah, cool. I'll have to keep that in mind. That would actually be a win. Apparently some speedrunners do. Yeah, I don't remember what Firepith does exactly. I think it's just he's going so fast at that point. When he comes into the room, he just essentially kills it, but just then hops right into the middle and places everything. It's almost like there's not enough time for anything else to swarm him at that point. Pretty cool. Yeah, so one of these days I'm going to do a speed run. But I'm going to do not a speed run the same way that most people do it. I'm not going to go seed after seed after seed. I'm going to just whatever seed I get, I'm going to take. Now it's garbage. Well, it's garbage. But I'm going to just see it through to the end. Boop. And then boop. And do this. Multiple boops. Cool. So this side lit. I wonder if that's actually bright enough now. It was a pretty great. Yeah, it was pretty great. It's probably not going to be bright enough in between the pillars. I don't know. I'm on the fence as to what I want to do for my Twitch affiliate anniversary. So I think I might do that. Or I was thinking it might be like fun to try to make a couple of Mario Kart courses. Let's check to see if this is bright enough. I mean, after all this effort, it may not even be bright enough. Light is 12. So it is too dark in this corner here. So I'll have to figure. Well, this is all going to come out, and the flooring is going to continue all the way under. So the spacing for these lights will continue all the way along the bottom floor, which is good. But yeah, I thought it might be neat to do a. What's the light right here? 8. Oh, it is too dark right here. Darn it! Alright, let's just check something. Not that I want to, actually. I like the look of it with the glass better, but if I have to, for the sake of keeping things brighter. It's still 7 here. Mind you, that's why holding... So that's 7. Things can still spawn right in this pocket here, so that's frustrating. Can you mix hanging lanterns on chains? I could. Chuckles in better. Yeah, Danny's been flexing the bedrock muscle a bunch of times today. She and Stegosaurus. Oh, can't you just place slabs above it and have it glow through? You know what? That would be fantastic, but no. No, we can't. Well, if we did something like... this type of pattern, we probably could. But then the stairs won't look right. That would be right here, basically. Would it? You like do. Yeah. So you did say with slabs, it gives you a little. Yeah, it gives you a tiny bit of light, but nothing enough to keep mobs away. But if we did that. Alright, we may need to go get a ton more shroom lights if this is what we're going to be doing. So what is this? There's a lot that's weird with Bedrock, but the slab lighting situation is A+ for sure. No, they let light through. Which is pretty fantastic. Especially, I imagine it's pretty fantastic, especially given my my grumbling situation right now. I'm like, oh man. I'm not sure what you mean by stairs in the pillars. You have like go through slabs on Bedrock, but in Java, yeah, we have to use carpets. We have to use carpet, or we have to use leaves. And I thought about leaves, but I really just don't want it to look like there's a bunch of leaves. I would rather let this look like a, because it's all stone, look like a more permanent structure. Actually. Huh. That might actually be okay. I thought it was going to be a little bit weird. Well, it's a bit weird. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it, but this is definitely, you know, keeps it bright. This is light enough. And in the middle here. Well, I'm gonna have to think on that, see how I feel about it. But we were going to... Right, we did chat. We chatted about waterlogging these beasts. I had the thought, and it's like, the thought occurred to me, and then Lago007 is like, waterlog them! So, as I said, great minds think alike, so we've got to go try that. They were like my inner monologue come to be. Yeah, I've actually, part of me thought about doing lanterns would be pretty cool. Just have like these really, really long chains hanging down from the ceiling. I'm still not 100% convinced of this pattern because it feels a little bit too busy. Something about it that I really like. I'm going to do this entire side like this, and I'm going to like as I mentioned, do the water feature. But I may also just do it without stairs, see what it looks like. But I got me some buckets over here, so let's give this a whirl. I have 2 buckets already. Fantastic. Put those over there because I don't need them. Maybe. Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Leg. Steal away. There's another bucket. Oh, there are the other buckets. Cool. I don't need 11. Actually, I want to get rid of one more thing on me. What do I not need? Or do I have anything with sand in it that I could... yes. Put the sandy things in here. Good, good. Then we should take the buckets. Bushes on the pillars with lighting behind them? And vines. Well, that's interesting. Well, that's what I wanted to do. I was planning on putting the vines in somewhere, but having the vines cover the lights. That's interesting. So look, this is why I need lights here. Like this crew in here hanging out. Bringing down the value of my home. Ah! Why? Oh my goodness. No, come on. This... Why? Oh, why? So clearly not lit well enough. Fine. We will place torches everywhere. Oh my goodness. Well, how are you getting around the... How are you getting around the shield? This is definitely a mob spawner. Sheesh. Alright, sorry to go quiet there, everyone. That was a little bit more treacherous than I wanted it to be. Kind of stupid. Alright, well, Right, what were we doing? Water. We were trying to do water before we were so rudely interrupted. And now I have too many buckets. What usually happens? What if you put a lava lamp? There are no lava lamplights. What's a lava lamplight? Alright. Trying to remember if I still have the infinite water source over here. I do. Look at me. Doing something right today. Knock off, will you? There we go. Alright, cool. Safety not guaranteed. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because originally, if it weren't for the fact that you can't have... If I could get an infinite lava source that I could pull from, I was actually going to try to do a lava feature all the way around this. I thought it was going to look super cool, but... And you can't lava log things, which is a drag. Well, that's neat. Yeah, lava logging was, that I actually tried it in a creative world today because I thought that would be super cool. Now, if I could actually, put water over these... See now... Huh. Thinking of things. Yeah, that would have been very cool. Oh, no worries, Moon Girl. Appreciate you popping in. Oh, it's actually 1:45 already? Dang. That's late. Alright, so we didn't get as much done as I was hoping I would, in the sense it was spent more time dealing with the piglin. Alright, do I have any slabs on me? More time dealing with the piglin and more time trying to figure this out than I thought I would. Slabs. Oops. What does... Like if I just wanted to mob-proof this floor and did... Just trying to think out loud, if I did this... okay. So not what I was thinking. Can't do slabs of glass either, right? That'd be kind of neat. I don't think you can do slabs of anything transparent. You use fire instead of, That's true, I mean, if fire underneath might look nice. Sorry for the quietness, folks. I'm just trying to think have is options for slabs. Yeah, nothing transparent. Well, gosh darn it. Oops, let's get some food in this, because I don't want to die. That's a valid question. Oops. How much gray glass I have left, right? Surprisingly, just a suggestion. Something I like about the water, but something that feels like it's not quite right. Getting late here. Alright, no worries at all, Danny. Thank you so much for popping by. Have yourself a wonderful rest of day, and yeah. As I mentioned, if you're interested, Frostburn's going to be doing an interior design for my bedroom in the Spruce Tree tomorrow evening at 7:30 Atlantic. Otherwise, I will be back Thursday. Have yourself a wonderful night, Danny, and thank you very much for popping by. Always, always, always appreciated. All right. I had enough slabs to do that, so let's try this again. Oh, Alistair, I'm not sure if you saw the chat that was in Joel's Discord, but I've decided to try the mod that actually keeps Minecraft music playing all the time. There's a bit of a lull in between sometimes. Yeah, that's annoying. Bonk. Bonk. Alright, so we won't be doing that. Yeah, it's pretty great. That's what I've got on the go right now. I started off with the same playlist as I have normally, but then I switched over to the Minecraft only music. Pretty great, actually. I think I might have said exactly those same words, but I'm enjoying it. As expected, it's very chill. Alright, what have I that I do not need? That. Let's go pick up the slabs again. Weird, okay. Okay, slabs are not something I need. Oh, two of them fused together into a block, that's why it's doing it. It's doing that weirdness. And then more over there. Well, I don't know, folks. There's something I like about the design, but another part of me wonders if it's too busy. Well, let's water in the whole thing. Oops. really want to do something about that so they join up. Oh, really? To the very corner? Drag! Ah! Oh, Steven. Everybody, welcome to the Amateur Hour with Steve. Steve Areno. It's interesting with the water. I almost prefer having the shroom lights up at the very top. There's just something about the colors that don't really don't match for some reason. The Steve Areno. Prefer them at the top. Like this? Yeah. I find it too busy with the, I love this look. I think it's pretty cool, but then having it dip down, come up, and then dip way down with the water in the mix, it's just feeling like it's too much visual noise. I meant to ask, how is the Minecraft music? Is it too loud, or is it good? Fine for you? Excellent. Thank you very much. It did make you sleepy and take a nap after all. Or at all. Right. Still on a little bit on the fence about the water, whether I like it there or not. It might be just too much. I think the I think if I could have lava in here, it would have matched this color a lot better. Actually, if I could have lava in here, I wouldn't even bother with anything else. I would just use the lava as the light source. See, that would be amazing. I'm on Team Alista for that one. No, that is so not what I intended to happen. Nice. Cool. Well, now I'm just going to keep on using it. I was going to say I'll keep using it until I get tired of it, but it's, you know, it's the built-in music and we all... What did I miss? Why are we on Team Alistair? If I could lava log all these stairs, that's what I would do. I wouldn't even do anything else. That would be my light source. I wouldn't even bother with the shroom lights or anything like that. Because in theory, you should be able to walk over it and not get injured. Right? Right. Sadly, it is not a thing. Team Treehorse. Names on the roster. Oops, I forgot. I don't need this up anymore. It bugs me when I leave that up because it does not look nice. I am indeed. Gonna be happening soon, anyway. Good to see you there, CJ. How are you doing? Oops, bedtime. Ah. A team neutral. It's an Alistair, I know. We've got an Alistair sighting this evening. This is a grand thing. Yeah, I wonder if this is too busy though. I'm getting psyched for a D&D campaign. Ooh, cool. Very cool. Well, let's actually try... See what it looks like if we do this. Alright, what can I put away for now that I do not need? Well, glass, I guess. Let me just put the glass in here. Then... Where are the mossy stairs? There you are. No, not mossy stairs. I need mossy stone brick. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Get the McFly spray. Alright, let's just do one row down the edge here. That's all we're doing for time. Almost 10 o'clock. Okay, let's finish off by doing... Oops. Alright, we'll just put those there for now. And then we put... Boom, 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 boom. Oh, did we lose a bunch of stone to the underworld there? Put the regular glass in as well. Okay, there we go. Get the stone back. So I'm going to do all of the ones on this side waterlogged with the shroom lights at the very top. Then I'm going to do the other side shroom lights all the way at the very top, but not waterlogged. I don't know that I'm feeling the whole waterlogged thing at the moment. Feel like I like it as a general rule, but it feels like it's distraction action right now. You improved what the McFly spray? That's funny. Oops. Alright, and then bring this up to the top. Do this. So we are going to take the stairs out down this side. What can I get rid of here? I guess I'll just put the dye in here. I don't need the dye anymore. Or that dye either, for that matter. Cool. What's a Mogwai? Ooh, that is a classic movie. Gremlins. That was probably the movie that's... I didn't really watch many scary movies when I was young, but that one probably scared the the Yahoo out of me the most. Yeah, the water just seems too busy now. Actually, funny with it. I know I'm going to flip-flop back and forth, which is super annoying, but... I think I actually like, without the... I think I like the best. Oops. What did I just do? Oh, there you are, okay. I think I may, like... Is it in black and white? No. It's 80s. I think this is almost my... I think... After all of that humming and hawing and flip-flopping, that might be my favorite. I think it is. Alright, sorry for all the wish-washiness and not being able to know what it is that I want, everyone. Frustrating for me, so I can imagine it's a little bit frustrating to watch. Switch over there for now, actually. And Chevelle, you go there. Oh no, eat the crack stuff. Where's the crack stuff? There you are. Yeah, I think from a distance, I just like the I like the fact that the entire area looks gray and stone-like. And when you walk over it, if you see it, that's fine. But I don't know, right up at the top, it feels like, since there's nothing else very orange going on around here, this feels like super in-your-face orange. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Cosmic says, stop apologizing, Steven. Good one, Cosmic. I'll do it when you do it. Oh, touche. And then we will dig that down. Yep, that's just how it's going to be, I believe. I know. Hey, what can I say? I'm Canadian. Part of the Commonwealth. I come by the apologizing honesty as well. Yeah, and then we'll kind of do the offset thing. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Whoop. Oops. That's probably how it's going to end up being. Like a checker pattern on the floor. I believe. I believe. Alright. Well, there's nothing wrong with being Canadian. Just Canadians are known for saying, "Oh, sorry." And as Cosmic said earlier, it's practically, what did she say? It's practically a sport over there. Ain't nothing wrong with being Canadian at all. Quite happy to be Canadian. But there's actually a billboard, one of my favorite billboards I saw, or maybe it's just a meme online, not an actual billboard. But it said, "One day Canadians will rule the world, and then you'll all be sorry." And it made me chuckle, and I thought, too true, too true. You've outsoried your southern brothers. That's right. Alright, so clearly some thought still needs to go into this, because I am on the side of uncertain. I still did like the idea of having the iron bars. Maybe I just need to rethink that a little bit. Alright. Either way, folks, it is after 10 o'clock here, and I have to get up early for work tomorrow, so even though I didn't get it 100% figured out... Yeah, so it looked like a real billboard from what I remember in the image that I saw, so it could be that it was real, otherwise it might have been just some crafty photoshoppery, but either way, it made me laugh. Well, I don't know that I'm happy to have... with all this. I don't think I've figured it out entirely yet, but I appreciate all you hanging out. I appreciate you all hanging out with me today. Had a fun evening. Thank you very much for the I get Random Block with the follow, Jody, Illyria, and Cosmic with the raid. Awesome. And then we had some generosity in there. We've got Fulmer said, "Oh, Fulmer, I'm sorry I missed. You said 123 bits. I didn't see that. So thank you so much for that. 100,555 with the gift sub to Rabelais. A Little Red Gem with subscribe with Prime, and then we had Fulmer also subscribe with Prime, and then gifted 2 tier 1 subs to the community. So it was a pretty awesome, generous evening, and I thank you all very, very much. So thank you for being here, everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful night, and don't forget, Frostburn's going to be streaming tomorrow at 7:30 in the evening Atlantic time, and he's going to be start off by designing the interior of my spruce tree's bedroom after all this time. So have a great night, and we'll catch you back soon. Take care. Bye.